The Body Shop connects you with the hottest fitness models in the world. Learn the backstage secrets that most successful bikini divas, fitness models, and bodybuilders use to dominate their competition and land on the covers of magazines. Only here at the Body Shop will we allow you to listen and talk to the best in fitness competition. If you're passionate about bodybuilding and fitness, you have found your new home. All of us here at FTNS Radio would like to welcome you to the Body Shop. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome your host, Andre Brick St. Clair.
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Body Shop. Thank you for allowing FTNS into your homes and into your airwaves. I appreciate all of the support that we've been getting thus far. My in-studio co-host, as always, Mr. Brian Canone. What up, B? How you doing? You got to press that button, baby.
Man.
There
we
go.
All right.
I understand.
Okay.
All right, let's try this again.
You're the one that wasn't feeling well.
Well, yeah, you know what? I had a headache, you know, coming into the studio. It's still slightly here, but I know that the guest that I have calling in is going to make my headache, just go away once I talk to her and, hear a little bit about her.
Okay.
But I want to thank you for the coffee.
Okay.
Thank you for the cookies as we're 17 days away. From the Fitness Atlantic event.
I knew you weren't feeling down, so I figured a cookie would cheer you up.
Yeah, you know what? I do love cookies. What we got here? We got the macadamia nuts.
Chocolate,
The chocolate with the macadamia
That's peanut
nuts.
butter right there.
With the
Talking a lot about peanut butter today.
You know what? There's nothing wrong with peanut butter. I guarantee you, though, that the caller won't be eating cookies.
Or peanut butter.
I mean, this person is amazing.
Could have coffee.
She can have coffee?
Yeah.
You think she can have coffee? Well, let's see if she can have coffee. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Body Shop, fitness trainer and model from Norwich Free Academy, living in Waterford, Connecticut. Put your hands together for Miss Fern Assard.
Yay! Woo-hoo.
Fern.
Hi.
How are you?
You don't even know how cruel that is. You're talking about chocolate and macadamia nuts.
What? Would I do that to you?
Wrong. That was wrong. I could hear all that.
No, you couldn't hear all that. You don't feel well. I didn't feel well. What are you talking? No.
That's how people are. They don't feel good, so they eat stuff. They eat junk.
Yeah, that's what Brian says. Brian says it's junk. I say, macadamia nut cookies are just, that's just the way to go.
I don't know about the macadamia.
Oh, come on.
Maybe some almonds.
You're in great shape. So I'm sure if you ate one macadamia nut cookie, it wouldn't do no harm to you.
No, it wouldn't.
All right, so Fern, let me ask you this question right here. When did you fall in love with fitness?
Oh, God. I think that starts as a denial as a child.
What do you mean by that?
Denial, like a denial of society. I was young and I saw Bev Francis. She was a power lifter. She did like Olympics and, she became a bodybuilder afterwards. And I always, little girls like Superwoman. They're just told that they're not allowed to like it.
Right.
It's not attractive or it's not. But I think it starts young.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always had it, but I suppressed it for a really long time.
Really? Okay. So when did you actually catch the bug and decided, you know what, I'm going to train, and not just train, but I want to compete?
Well, this is my 5th year at the gym. It'll be my 5th anniversary in April.
Really?
And I started competing, and this will be my 4th season. And the Fitness Atlantic will be my first show of this season.
Nice. So, now, what made you decide to actually compete in the Fitness Atlantic show?
Well, I had done it before, and I know they've taken a different route since then, and I was doing another organization, which I'm still doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I figured, I'd expand and, don't know, broaden my horizons. I blog a lot, and, doing the show will actually help me tell people, this organization is great, and this is the way, you're allowed to post here. It just gives me more perspective to do more things and share it with other people.
Okay.
Now, Fern, you were really big. I remember you were all over MySpace for a while, when we all started with that. And then you did a big transformation, though, right? That was really like why a lot of people started going to your page and seeing what you were doing, and then a lot of pictures. And then did you start to get the video after that, where you started really, getting more like using the internet a lot for like exposure?
Yeah. When I first started out doing figure, it wasn't even quite 4 years, and there was nothing on the internet, nothing on YouTube as far as figure shows. It was very in the background, and there were no workouts for females. It was all guys lifting and acting like idiots, and so I put up a couple of videos that I made, and people started to watch them. Now I have almost 3 million views on my YouTube.
Wow.
Just silly little things that I do.
Now, did you start on YouTube, or you started the videos on MySpace first and then did YouTube after?
I put a couple on YouTube, and then bodybuilding.com noticed because I was on their body space, and so I would, paste them over there. And they asked me to do a video series for them.
Okay.
Yeah,
bodybuilding.com, a lot of people, they really should take a look at getting their profiles on there, because that has given you a lot of exposure, hasn't it? Like being on bodybuilding.com?
Yeah, when I first got on, there were about 35,000 people. Now they're up to maybe 750,000.
Wow.
So it's sort of the MySpace for anybody interested in fitness or transformation, or it's a good site. I cut my teeth over there.
Well, you know what? I would definitely say that you did, but for the fans of the Body Shop and future fans of yours, when you started with the YouTube postings, and then you went over to bodybuilding.com, you were very persistent, and persistent enough in the fact that it paid off big time for you.
Well, it's funny that I'm talking to, and Brian's here now, because when I first started out, I was this little tiny peanut, and I got too lean, or I didn't know how to pose, and, he had once said to me, he goes, "You get it," because I fought back all the time.
Right.
You lose, and sometimes people will quit, and not me. I get a little indignant, and I say I have every right to do this, or post a picture and not have somebody insult me, or, it's you just got to have the attitude that you have to fight back and say, this is who I am, and promote yourself, and, be a little bit colorful, and just keep pushing forward. And a lot of people quit things.
Right.
Basic fact of life, and when you don't quit, it motivates other people.
We're right here, like I'm looking now. We have computers in front of us, so I have like your YouTube page up, right? So it's Fern Assard, and it's Ms. Fitness 68, and just going through. I mean, you're getting 1,800 views on this one, 4,000 views, 13,000 views, 37,000 views. So people are looking at it. They're clicking. They're definitely watching this stuff. And didn't a lot of this have to do with you getting like an endorsement deal with the supplement company?
Well, I was working for Gaspari, but I was a forum rep.
Okay.
Basically on bodybuilding.com, and I did a little on MySpace, and I was really their person for people to ask questions about certain products. So it wasn't really a sponsorship.
Okay.
They sent me products, and they did bring me to the Arnolds. I got to work the booth at the Arnolds. They're a good company, and I like promoting them.
Right. Now, what was that experience like? Going to the Arnold, being paid to work the booth at the Arnold, because a lot of people right now are hoping to try to get to where you are now.
Everybody wants that, and they do. Everybody wants, like, okay, here's your stepping stone. I want to work in the booth. I want to be in a magazine. I want to do this. I want to do that. and you do it, and it's a lot of work. I don't think some people realize.
Right.
I was lucky. They paid me. They put me up in a hotel. They did my flight, and it's very hard to find somebody who will do that. Most of the time, you're working for free. They won't pay for your hotel, and you're standing in the cold all day, talking to people all day. It's a lot of work. It is fun. I mean, you meet a lot of people that way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of times, like what we talk about a lot on the show is the overall, how to really make this a career and the things that people should do. And a lot of times we had a lot of different photographers on, like Jason Ellis, and we just talk about how a cover of a magazine pays, $250, maybe $300, maybe.
If you're lucky, yeah.
And then we're talking about how many covers you actually need before your name means something, before a supplement company would say, you know what, let's give this guy some money.
Right.
Or
girl.
He would say, how many covers did he say?
He said you need to do at least 50 covers to become a household name.
Yeah.
Well, everybody wants to do the cover, but honestly, in this day and age, everything's on the internet.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
There's really no such thing. They're not paying because magazine circulation is down.
Mm-hmm.
They have, everybody has, every magazine now has an online site.
We talk about, I can't remember the last time I had a magazine subscription, to one of these fitness magazines, and here I am. This is what I do for a living. So, it's definitely something that we talk about, but a lot of people still have that dream. It's like in a lot of like these organizations and shows, it's like the dangling carrot. We put you on the cover magazine. It's like, oh, okay, and then what? Try to get the next cover.
What comes from that? I mean, you're a hit wonder.
Yeah, basically. So now, Fern, what are some of your future goals and aspirations as far as, fitness and everything goes?
I'm actually, it's a little hush-hush. I came up with a concept for a fitness studio aimed at for females. So, there's other specifics that I came up with.
Right.
That'll make it totally different from other gyms and the way people are treated at gyms. And I even use the word studio because they'll be small and personal. And so I'm looking into that. We're looking at some venture capitalists, and I have a partner who's a female as well. And we're just looking to make a difference in the way people see fitness and see gyms, and working with a lot of female self-esteem, because it really does help with self-esteem.
Right.
There are a lot of issues overall. People will join the gym and they won't know how to eat properly, and they'll religiously go to their spinning class, and nothing's changing. So, so we're going to start there and probably do videos later on, and hopefully start to chain out a little bit. I want to take everything that I learned and put it on to other people. That's really my ultimate goal.
Tell us a little bit about.
I'm different than anybody else. I wasn't spoon-fed any of this. So I like to teach in that manner.
You know what? I agree with that. The fact that you weren't really spoon-fed. But the one thing that truly impresses me about you, Fern, is the simple fact that you get it. And what I mean by you get it is that you've learned that, the magazines are not going to come chasing you. The supplement companies are not going to come chasing Fern. And I'm just saying your name, but I'm speaking to all of the listeners out there. Okay? The big-time deals are not coming after you. It's up to you to make yourself the star. And that's what you've done. You've put it on YouTube. You went to bodybuilding.com. You worked with the Gaspari. Then you went over and you did the booth. And then you realized that, it's time for me as Fern to take it one step further. So I commend you for that. Now, I do got to take a break. But when I come back, I have some more interesting questions for you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to The Body Shop. On the line, we have Fern Assard. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Thank you for breaking new ground with FTNS, world's first fitness radio. FTNS Radio reaches out to over 70 million online radio listeners in North America who can log in via the web at ftns.co from any computer, mobile device, or download the free FTNS iPhone app. FTNS Radio will include a wide range of shows such as strength training, bodybuilding and figure, nutrition, motivation, family, youth, elderly fitness, wellness, lifestyle fitness, interviews with professionals and enthusiasts, and much more. Programming will contain a mixture of live studio shows that encourage listeners to call 650-ASK-FTNS or tweet in. Shows hosted over the phone, as well as remote recorded shows where our hosts travel to the story. FTNS Radio is the missing link to help make fitness personal and create a stronger community. FTNS helps listeners to focus, train, nourish, sustain, and foster the fitness community. Follow FTNS on Facebook.com/GoFTNS. Stay tuned for more exciting new shows as we build the fitness community brick by brick. Tune in at 10 a.m. Eastern for Fit You. Your hosts, John and Kelly, will discuss fitness, nutrition, and a lifestyle that will fit you. At noon Eastern, it's time for Jumpstart. Chad and Kat will help you sort through all the fitness myths with the experts in a high-energy format that will definitely pump you up. Listen in to Your Health is Your Wealth with Dr. Cindy at 1 p.m. Eastern. Naturopathic Dr. Cindy Anderson will help you understand your body from a holistic approach. At 3 p.m. Eastern Time, listen to The Nutrition Scoop with nutritionist Jerry Zatkoff. She will cover the latest and ever-changing nutrition information. The Body Shop at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's no accident. Hosts Andre Bricks, St. Clair, and Brian Canone share with you the reality of the bodybuilding and fitness modeling industry as they follow challengers through the Fitness Atlantic competition. This is FTNS. Have a question or comment? Join the show. Call 650-ASK-FTNS. That's 650-225-3867.
Welcome back to the Body Shop. I am your host, Andre Bricks St. Clair, with my in-studio co-host, Mr. Brian Canone. And on the line, we have the lovely Miss Fern Assard, who has learned what it means to make yourself a brand. What I mean by that is she did not wait for the magazines and, the supplement companies to come after her. She learned how to promote herself, and that's one of the things that FTNS Radio and the Body Shop loves to give people advice on, is how to promote yourself. Now, Fern, let's get into some things that people may not know about you. Okay? So like I said, I got some interesting questions. And the first question is, all right, your first show, I believe, was the Fame show, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And how did you place?
Oh, gosh, that show was tiny. I won, but it was a very small show in Boston, and I won Fitness Model.
Nice.
Figure, Fitness Model.
Okay, now when you say small show, approximately how many competitors?
I think there were maybe 5 girls in my class at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Say maybe 10 girls in the whole show.
Hey, that's all right. You know what? 1 out of 10 ain't bad. See, that's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Or even placing first out of 5 is okay.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I've seen shows where there's one person in a class.
I've definitely seen that. Seen that.
You get it by default, but you don't have to tell people that.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Nobody does. Are you crazy? I won.
Like I got overalls.
That's right. Okay, now, since your first show, okay, and I believe you said you joined the gym back in 2006, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 years in April, yeah.
All right, so how far from when you joined the gym in 06 until your first show?
I went full circle. It was a year.
Okay, so in 1 year, you went from, for lack of a better term, an average body. I'm sure you look good, but an average body to winning, your first show, which was
Right.
held in Boston, right?
Right.
Okay. Here's why I'm asking all this, because there's a buildup. Because the next question is going to explain why. What do you say to someone who will come up to you and be like, well, you look good. You live in the gym. I don't have time to work out.
See, that's part of my brand is that you can't give me those kind of excuses.
Mhm.
You know, for example, I have, I'll meet somebody out, a 30-year-old man, and he'll go, you know, I can't look like you. I'm 30. And I'm like, dude, I'm 42. I've had 4 kids.
See, that's
You
what
know,
I'm talking about.
You can't, I mean, I've had a lot of stuff happen in my life, you know, and so the excuses don't really work. And that's why goes back to why I have a problem with a lot of the ways fitness models are promoted in magazines, because they're 22 or 23 or 19 and they've never had kids, and they, you know, they're not running around picking up kids and working 40 hours a week. And, you know, so women my age or even younger will look at them and go, I can't look like her. There's no way I could look like her.
Right.
And I'll tell you, you can look like me within 6 months. Maybe you won't have as much muscle, but you can certainly lose a lot of fat and gain a lot of tone in 6 months' time or less if you do it properly.
Okay. Now, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about what you just finished saying, which was, you know what, you can look like me within a 6-month period. You may not have as much muscle. You know what? There's a stigma that goes around that says if a woman is muscular, she tends to look like a man. Now, you know,
God.
I know that's not true with you. You know what I mean? But, like, what do you say to that type of stigma?
I have men write to me and say, you know, my girlfriend wants to train and she's afraid she's going to get bulky, and that my first thing is tell her not to flatter herself.
Wow.
Not going to get bulky. I could leg press 600 pounds. I'm 5'2" and weigh about 126 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I wish my legs could get bulky. Okay, I wish they could get bigger. You just do not have enough testosterone, you know, to get big. I mean, you're doing something, you know, on the black market if you're getting huge.
That's right.
It works totally the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish people understood that if they're lifting weights, it's not really going to increase your body size. What does increase and makes things worse is if you walk back into the gym and you do the windshield wipers, you know, the adductor, abductor machine.
Yeah.
Okay, your thighs are big now. Put a little muscle under them. They're just going to get bigger. I mean, you're not losing the fat. And I see a lot of women just go in there. That's the only machine they use,
Mm-hmm.
and then they leave. So, so
No.
they will get bulky if they're not eating properly. I mean, you don't want to build muscle under a Dorito body.
No, you definitely don't want to do that. Well, unless, of course, it's Cool Ranch Doritos, you know what I'm saying? But we're not going to talk about that no more.
They also don't realize that all that cardio they do, you stop burning when you finish your cardio.
That's right.
When you're back there lifting weights, you're burning calories, and you're still burning when you leave the gym.
That's right. That's
So
right.
it's a lot more efficient to go in there and lift some weights, and you're not killing yourself and breathing heavy and feeling like you're going to have a heart attack.
That's right.
You know, just lifting and enjoying some endorphins.
See, now, ladies and gentlemen, if you go under Fern's site and you take a look at her, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, right, you know, she's saying all of this stuff, and, you know, she probably never had a weight problem a day in her life. But that's not true. Now, is it, Fern?
I was up and down with the skinny and the a lot of body fat and the anorexia and the pregnancies, and, you know, I was all over the place. You know, at one point it was 126 pounds, and, you know, you got all this cellulite on your thighs, and you sit down and your leg gets about 4 inches wider when you sit. I mean, that's no different than being an obese person.
Right.
You're carrying around so much body fat, and God knows what your heart looks like when you look like that. Even though in clothes people are saying, "Oh, you're so thin, you look good," but you're not healthy. It's not healthy either.
So when you were getting these type of compliments, like, what are you talking about? Why do you want to work out? You look good. But you knew under your clothes, what you was hiding is what's typically known as the skinny fat person. Okay,
I
like,
do believe I coined that term, too, and it was stolen from me.
oh, really?
Yes.
You know what? You tell me who stole it, and I'll make sure that FTNS Radio goes after it.
I'll tell you right now. I got a call from Bob Kennedy about maybe 4 years ago, 3
Right.
years ago. Bob Kennedy.
Bob
Yeah.
Kennedy stole that.
Bob, you know who Bob Kennedy is?
Yeah, we know Bob Kennedy.
Oxygen magazine.
That's right.
And I told him about the skinny fat. I swear it wasn't 2 months later in his editorial in the front of the magazine, he referred to the term skinny fat. After a conversation on the phone. I think he owes me a magazine cover for that.
Is that what you want? Do you want a magazine cover? Because I know Jason Ellis personally, and I'm sure Jason can get us in touch with, with Bob Kennedy, and we might could be.
On the cover.
Say that again?
I said, put the old chick on the cover.
Well, I'll tell you what, anybody that looks at your picture will know for a fact that you are definitely not old. Well, you know what I mean? Like, 42 is not old. Jay-Z said, 40 is the new 30 and 30 is the new 20 and so on and so forth. What I think is Fern is the new beautiful. All right, now, Fern, with the transformation that you made, okay, you actually developed, like, this new sex appeal, because some of your photos, and again, this is not me talking, but this is what, is out there. Some of your photos can be considered a bit, risque, for lack of a better term, or overly sexy, but you're proud of your body. So what do you say to those naysayers who's like, she's showing too much?
I think it's a little discriminatory because in some photos I'm wearing just a standard bikini, and that wasn't allowed, but to ask somebody else who's not as fit, who's having the same bikini photo because I look sexier than they do.
Right.
In a way, I mean, I don't understand. I'm covered up, but my photo's not allowed because I'm too sexy. Like, shame on me. Sorry.
Yeah, right. How dare you punish Fern for, taking charge of her body and being in shape?
Then you have a photo of a mom in a bikini, and she's got a thick waist, and her legs are a little lumpy, and she's in a picture with her child. I mean, why is that any more gratuitous when we're wearing the same amount of material in our suit?
Yeah.
So it really, I suppose, would depend on who's looking at the photo.
Right. That's a very, very interesting question.
Sexy?
Right. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being sexy. I pride myself on being sexy. So,
Big sexy.
So from one sexy person to another, I say thank you. I say welcome. I say, you know what, good luck. Great job, all of that stuff. Now, you mentioned that, you don't feel as though it's fair and it's a bit discriminatory that they may criticize your photo but then have a photo of a mother who, may not be as in shape and legs are lumpy, but you are a mom with 4 kids.
Right. So somebody doesn't find her sexy because of the shape of her body, but we're wearing the same suit and I'm too sexy for the suit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, now, I want to break tradition just a little bit, okay, because I'm sure your kids are listening to you right now live on FTNS right here at the Body Shop. So I want you to go ahead, give a shout out to the kids, and also say their ages for the people that don't believe that you really have 4 kids.
Well, I have Nick. Nick's 23. I have Alicia. She's 21. Caleb is 16, and Sam is 10.
So that's 16, 10, 21, and 23. Right. Nick, Alicia, Caleb, and Sam. So, ladies and gentlemen, you hear the ages, okay? And now, Fern, believe me, when I say this, I'm giving you the most amount of due respect in the world. You have somebody who not only transformed their body, but has 4 kids to deal with. You may not have any, and yet you're finding excuses. And as you stated earlier, Fern, that, that's part of your brand is that you don't want to hear the excuses. They can't come to you with the, I work too much, because you work. Oh, I got a youngin' at home. Well, you know what? I got 4 of them. So, you know what? Let's talk about your diet, okay? Because working out definitely did wonders for your body, but it's also about what you eat. And I think people need to know, just what it is that needs to go into their body to transform their body from the inside out.
Well, I promote clean eating, and people will ask, what's clean eating? What's clean eating? And I said, basically, clean eating is unprocessed food the way that God made them come out of the earth. I don't put sauces on things, or I make my chicken, but it's not breaded. You pretty much eat the same things that other people eat, except if a man touched it and it was mixed in a factory, then you just avoid it. Just eat it the way that it was intended to be. I mean, it's not really rocket science.
Right.
For a lot of people it is. I mean, they tend to overthink it, and there's too many articles telling them what to eat. And just go back to the 70s when people were thinner.
That's true.
Because we didn't have, that's when shake and bake came out. That was what we had on our food, was just shake and bake back then.
What's your typical diet like now? What would you eat throughout the day?
You mean for competition?
Yeah.
I'm an odd eater. I'm not having, the word meals is kind of messed up for people. Sometimes a meal for me will be a bowl of Brussels sprouts.
Yuck.
And then 2 hours later, I'll have a couple of boiled eggs. I do what I termed, I watch the environment a lot. I watch things around me. I've always been an observer. So I went to this course, and a doctor taught it. It was on nutrition, and she talked about 2-year-olds. Now 2-year-olds will do what I termed as grazing. This is what I do. I'm a grazer all day long. 2-year-olds will have a handful of grapes. They will eat the grapes, but they get the grape number 6. They put it in their mouth. They chew half of it, and they spit the rest out, because they're listening to their brain and their body say that's enough.
Right.
I'm only going to eat 5.5 grapes, and then an hour later, I will eat more grapes, because I've taken out society, I've taken out Doritos, I've taken out junk food, and I'm just going to fuel my body. So this is what I do all day. I fuel my body all day long. So I will have, I'll have a cup of rice. I'll throw some shrimp in it. I'll cut up some romaine lettuce. I'll put boiled eggs in it. Put a little cheese on the top. But it's all clean food for the most part. I'll have a protein source. I'll have my whole grains. I usually stick to whole grains. Sometimes at night I have a peanut butter sandwich.
There you go. There you go.
But
We like peanut butter.
It's basically grazing and then keeping enough food in your system. And as soon as that food is gone and burned and utilized by your body, you're seeking something else. It does not have to be a huge meal. Part of this is hard for people who work.
Right.
I got an email the other day from a woman who wants to know how to eat all day. And when I was working full-time, I would say, I have to go to the bathroom, and I'd run and I'd shove a boiled egg in my mouth.
You know what? That sounds very familiar, doesn't it, Brian?
A boiled egg?
No. Not a boiled egg, but what Fern said is that, she received an email, and the lady said, she wants to know how to eat all day. Yeah. So Fern says she uses the excuse, say, you know what, I got to run to the bathroom. She'll go to the bathroom and shove the boiled egg in her mouth just to get that food in. Now, you remember
about your construction job again.
No, I'm just saying that because it shows you that if you're dedicated to something. You tell me how
dedicated you were when he had to go to the outhouse to eat his food. The porta potty. It
doesn't matter where. I've eaten in bathrooms before.
That's right. That's right. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. When I ask these type of questions like, okay, Fern, somebody comes up to you and says, I don't have time to eat. Well, you're telling them, you know what, I go to the bathroom and eat. It doesn't bother you because you know that when you put the good nutrients into your body, your body's going to respond from the inside out. The inside's going to get healthier. The outside's going to look sexy. One sexy person to another. So I'm just saying that what I've done, what you've done, may seem weird to the people on the outside looking in, but it's perfectly normal to us.
But you know why it's not normal? Because society says three meals a day.
Well, society, if you take a look at society, then you will automatically know that society is wrong.
something seriously wrong. Seriously wrong. And it's epidemically wrong.
All right. Now, Fern, I got to take a break, but when I come back, I want to know about the way you're training for the upcoming competition, which is April 16th, 2011 at the Oakdale Theater. And I also want to know how you plan on dominating the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, the Body Shop will be right back.
Need FTNS on the go? There's an app for that. Download the FTNS app for your iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch now. FTNS, world's first fitness radio, will keep you moving. Thank you for breaking new ground with FTNS, world's first fitness radio. FTNS Radio reaches out to over 70 million online radio listeners in North America who can log in via the web at ftns.co from any computer, mobile device, or download the free FTNS iPhone app. FTNS Radio will include a wide range of shows such as strength training, bodybuilding and figure, nutrition, motivation, family, youth, elderly fitness, wellness, lifestyle fitness, interviews with professionals and enthusiasts, and much more. Programming will contain a mixture of live studio shows that encourage listeners to call 650-ASK-FTNS or tweet in. Shows hosted over the phone, as well as remote recorded shows where our hosts travel to the story. FTNS Radio is the missing link to help make fitness personal and create a stronger community. FTNS helps listeners to focus, train, nourish, sustain, and foster the fitness community. Follow FTNS on Facebook.com/GoFTNS. Stay tuned for more exciting new shows as we build the fitness community brick by brick. Tune in at 10 a.m. Eastern for Fit You. Your hosts, John and Kelly, will discuss fitness, nutrition, and a lifestyle that will fit you. At noon Eastern, it's time for Jumpstart. Chad and Kat will help you sort through all the fitness myths with the experts in a high-energy format that will definitely pump you up. Listen in to Your Health is Your Wealth with Dr. Cindy at 1 p.m. Eastern. Naturopathic Dr. Cindy Anderson will help you understand your body from a holistic approach. At 3 p.m. Eastern Time, listen to The Nutrition Scoop with nutritionist Jerry Zatkoff. She will cover the latest and ever-changing nutrition information. The Body Shop at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's no accident. Hosts Andre Bricks, St. Clair, and Brian Canone share with you the reality of the bodybuilding and fitness modeling industry as they follow challengers through the Fitness Atlantic competition. This is FTNS. FTNS is excited to announce 3 new shows. Weeknight 6 p.m. Boomers Rock. Get up, get out, keep rocking. Life starts at 50. Motivation and advice for the next 50 years of your life. Hosted by personal trainer Tom Batt. Tuesday 7 p.m. Rowing Illustrated. Hour of Power, where real rowers talk rowing. Hosted by champion rower Sean Wolf. Listen and learn about the world of rowing as Sean talks to the top competitors in the world. Wednesday, 7 p.m., Dr. Sid. Learn how to improve function and performance and avoid injuries just like the Olympians. As host Dr. Sid McCauley, chiropractor and sports rehabilitation specialist, shares his state-of-the-art techniques.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Body Shop. I am your host, Andre Brooks St. Clair, my in-studio co-host, Mr. Brian Canone, and on the line we have Miss, come on, say it with me, Fern, Assard.
Assard.
That's right, there you go. See, that's what I was waiting on. Now, before the break, we found out some more interesting facts about Fern. That is 4 kids, and now let me see if my memory serves me correct. We have Nick, who's 23. Now, is Nick currently still in the Marine Corps, or is he done serving?
He's out.
Okay, he's out. Thank you, Nick, for what you've done for our country. We have Alicia, who is 21.
Right, my only girl.
You know, your only girl. Okay, we got Caleb, who's 16, right? Okay, so Caleb's going to be looking for the driver's license real soon. And then we got Sam, who's 10.
Right.
Okay, and an interesting thing about Fern is that you coined the phrase skinny fat, and then
No, I believe it was me.
you know what? I'm gonna take your word for it, and then it was stolen.
Sent me.
Say that again.
I'm gonna find that letter Bob Kennedy sent me.
That's right. Bob Kennedy stole it from you.
Owes you a cover.
He owes you a cover.
Gives me a cover.
Fern is only 5 feet 2 inches tall. She can leg press. She can leg press over 600 pounds, which is amazing. And she has this philosophy of, you know what, you can't come to me with any excuses because that's not my brand. You know what, I've heard it all and I've been through it. So, but you follow a very interesting type of philosophy, and that is the 2-year-old style of eating, which is basically graze all day long.
I'm coining the phrase grazing.
Okay, well, you can't call it great. You can't coin that. You can't coin that one. Not that one.
It's the grazing diet. The
2-year-old diet is unique.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so for those of you that are just now tuning in and is wondering what these three people are talking about as far as the grazing diet, and Brian's talking about the 2-year-old diet, she's observed how kids eat, little kids who don't have society in their heads, and she said something about, you watch a 2-year-old go there and grab about 5 or 6 grapes and they eat it, then they come back and they go for the 7th one and they just take a bite and they put it away because their body is doing what nature intended it for them to do, which is saying, I'm full, come back later and eat.
Right, and then they're taught 3 meals a day, and mom and dad are like, you have to finish all the food on your plate, but their body does not want to finish all the food on their plate.
That's right.
Go to your room.
They don't need it. Their body does not need it, and their body knows that. You lose that.
Okay. All right. Now, as a mom, when Sam is sitting down and Sam's like, Ma, I don't want any more of this, what do you say to him then?
Graze on it later.
Actually, since they were younger, I was never finish all your food or eat that if you don't like it. I was like, you know what? See ya. Go make yourself a sandwich. They're all they all go through a really skinny period. All my kids went through a really skinny period, and I don't really buy junk food. Junk food in my house is either, you're eating dried cereal or you're eating popcorn. One or the other. I didn't have all that stuff. They don't drink soda.
Right.
So they've learned how to graze, and they do. They eat all day long. There's always dishes.
Nice.
But, I'm not real strict on the mealtime. It's nice to be able to sit down and have meals together. That's all a nice concept and everything, if you can make that happen.
Right.
But instead of just sitting down and filling up and not expected to eat for the rest of the evening, it's too hard for people. Then they end up pulling out something that's bad for them. And so it's like a retraining the way people eat, the way my family ate, to give them some good habits.
I like that. Okay, a couple of quick questions for you, and then we're going to get into what I'm sure everybody wants to know, and that is your upcoming assault on the Fitness Atlantic event. But what I want to know is, with that smile of yours, and believe me, you do have a beautiful smile, are you still working in the dental office?
No.
Oh, no.
Oh. It's a long story, but I'm going from there.
Okay.
I'm self-employed now.
Nice. Nice. There you go. You make that own money and you keep it, and then you know what? You can hook me up with some of that dental stuff that I know you still got.
Toothpaste.
I have some tooth whitening gel.
Well, you know what? If my teeth can get as white as yours, I'll take it. April 16th, I'll see you backstage. Don't worry about that. All right. Now, how has your training not just changed, but evolved from when you first started training for the competition, April 16th, to where it is now? How has it evolved?
Well, I never had a trainer. I never had anyone to help me besides what I gleaned off the internet. So I used to, like every new person, go for the numbers. And I've learned, I will still do the same thing. Sometimes I fall into that in the winter months. but I'm usually lean all year. Pre-show, I do what I refer to as pump workouts. I superset, I'll pair up 2 body parts like back and bis, and I'll superset. I'll do 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps of moderate to lightweight, and keep up the cardio pace. So I'm getting the cardio burn while I'm lifting weights, and in my mind, what this is doing is telling my body that the muscles need to be retained. They need to retain their size. The muscles are more important than the body fat. So hopefully what I'm doing in this is burning off the fat while retaining the muscles. I'm trying to teach my body, and it sounds a little nutso, but I think a lot. I'm trying to teach my body that my muscle is more important than my fat, to utilize my fat, and to save as much muscle as I can before a show and still be lean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't really do cardio. My cardio is my supersets.
Ah.
Like, how do you get lean without walking on a treadmill for an hour?
Yeah.
My ADD brain, I guess, doesn't like the treadmill, and I wear glasses, so I have a hard time reading while I'm walking. And so, like that is my cardio. Sort of the concept of how they do the P90X, the weights and the rapid training, and that's a little crazy for me, the P90X.
Right.
I probably couldn't keep up. But that type of training and the John Bay style training, that you're actually using those light weights to get your cardio on.
Well, you know what? It's very interesting that you do mention P90X, because Tony Horton will be at the show, and I'm not, certain if
I want to meet him.
Well, I'll tell you what. You win your class, I'll guarantee you that you meet Tony Horton. How's that?
God bless you if you could keep up with him.
No. I can keep up with him. I'm just saying, if you win the class, I guarantee you I will personally introduce Fern Assard to Tony Horton. How's that?
Okay.
Tony Horton's going to come backstage and say hello to everybody.
See, why you got to ruin everything? See, listen, just.
But, all right, you can have credit for it when he shows up.
All right, so now, Fern, what are you hoping to get out of competing at the Fitness Atlantic on April 16th?
Competing. You know what? People say, and I ask myself, why do I compete? Why do I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of goes back to, I had a little video posted. I'm not sure if it's still on YouTube, but you go out there and say, I'm an open class, and I'm 42 years old, and the people in the audience are like, oh, just another 30, 20-something-year-old person. But when you come out and they go, oh, look, she's 42, and she's the mother of 4, and then people get a realization, people in the audience, that maybe I could do this.
Right.
She can do it. Maybe I can do this. So I try to broaden, the way I think and the way I teach, and the way I'm trying to change the way people think.
Mm-hmm.
And it puts me out there, and it keeps me motivated at the same time, because knowing that you have to be on stage in a little tiny bikini under hot lights in front of 500 people, you don't really want to embarrass yourself. So it keeps you in check.
So it keeps you humble, so to speak, right?
Right.
Oh, okay.
The applause is always bigger when the announcements come at the night show. Always.
I'm a firm believer in the night show. I personally think that's when I do my best work. I'm looking forward to see Fern doing her best work on stage, and then I'm going to let you meet Tony Horton himself, since Brian wants to ruin my surprises. Okay, now Fern, couple rapid-fire questions, because I want people to not just get to know, the personal trainer and so on and so forth, but I want people to get to know the fun Fern. I like that. I'm coining that term right there. Fun Fern. Funfern.com. That's what we're doing right there.
Okay, I'll start a website later.
Are you ready for these?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Blonde or brunette?
Brunette.
Really?
I wasted a lot of time as a blonde.
Oh, so blondes don't have more fun?
Not really.
Okay. Weight training or boot camp style training?
Weight training.
Swimming or jogging?
Swimming.
For our fellas out there that are listening, boxers or briefs? What do you prefer?
Boxer briefs. Either one. Boxer briefs are in. Marky Mark.
Marky Mark? Oh, come on. Like, really?
That. Well, everybody over 35.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite TV show?
Gosh. When I'm dieting?
Yeah, when you're dieting.
Well, when I'm dieting, and I found out other people do this too, we do and we watch what is referred to as food porn.
Wow.
When you're dieting, you're not allowed to eat, but you're watching the Food Network, and you're watching Top Chef. You can't eat it, but you can look at it and drool and wish that you could absorb it through the screen.
Oh, nice. What's your favorite TV show when you're not dieting?
Not dieting? Real Housewives. It's like a train wreck.
Which one? Which one?
All of them.
All of them?
It teaches me how not to be.
Okay, here we go. Wrestling or boxing?
MMA.
Well, see, I was going there, depending on what you chose. Okay, favorite MMA fighter?
Favorite? Oh my gosh, it's a hard one. Like a new person?
Doesn't matter. Who's your favorite?
Who did I have a crush on?
Here we go.
I would say Jeff Munson, the snowman, because he's little and he's ugly and he was pale white.
Yes, he is. Extremely muscular and heavily tattooed. That's who you like?
Scary looking.
Ah, well, you know what? I got a shot, B. She likes bald guys. I got a shot.
I like bald. Yeah.
There you go. See that? One sexy person to another. See, I'm trying to teach you guys something at the body shop. Go home and shave your head. And maybe then Fern will... Favorite boxer?
Favorite boxer? Holyfield.
Nice. Okay. Here's this one. If you could talk to any fitness celebrity, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
It would be, I actually met him, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Really?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
What would you say?
Because he's old school.
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting you said
this
that.
This is Arnold. Hello. What would you say to Arnold right now?
What would I say?
Yeah.
I'm on the phone.
That's Brian, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Horrible impersonation.
We had a commercial on here earlier.
You know what? Okay. What?
I would probably ask him what he thought of bodybuilders today. I don't think he ever voices what he thinks of the mass.
They're like my children. They come to me for advices.
Do you hear this?
How are you going to take him seriously, though? I'm the governor.
Oh, now you doing it too? Oh my God!
Come on, Andre. Give it a shot.
Nah, Andre will not be doing Arnold.
Come on.
What I will say is this, ladies and gentlemen, do you smell what the bricks is cooking? Because The Rock stole my name. All right. So, Fern, you said Stone Cold?
Dwayne.
Oh, okay, Dwayne Johnson. I thought you said Stone Cold for a minute. I was about to hang the phone up. All right, Fern, how can somebody get in touch with you?
You could just Google me.
Google you?
I have some little websites I made all over the place. You can get my email. I have a fan page on Facebook under Ms. Fit Fern. I post articles that I like, food recipes, new ways of training for some people at home, things like that. I'm always posting links over there.
Okay.
Easy to find.
Is there anybody out there that you would like to thank while you're on the radio right now?
Who would I like to thank?
Yes.
Ryan.
Aww. Aww.
It was nice to me. Ryan was somebody I connected to in the beginning.
Right.
Like you said, to me, you get it.
Right.
And I said, yeah, I'm fighting back. I'm fighting for what I like. and what my passion is. And I don't know. I like bodybuilding.com has done a lot for the industry. Sites like that, people who run those sites. And, I'm talking to Mike from Champion Nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be running some of their products now. He'll be at the Fitness Atlantic as well. Nice guy. You should go over and say hi to him. Gaspari, who gave me a chance back when I was, a wee little thing. Everybody who, opened up.
Right.
So, like, little chick that I am.
There you go. Well, you're no longer that little skinny fat chick whose phrase got stolen. So we're gonna work on that magazine cover. Fern, I would like to thank you so much for calling into the Body Shop.
You had a good time.
So did we, and I want to wish you good luck this coming April 16th at the Oakdale Theater. Signing off from my co-host, Mr. Brian Canone, I am Andre Brick St. Clair saying, success breeds envy, and the best revenge you can have against a jealous person is to be successful. Keep God first and everything will be okay. This is the Body Shop signing off. I'll see you when I see you.